Yeah, hello everyone. We are really happy and excited to have you here. Please don't hesitate to ask all the questions you want. We are really looking forward for this AMA. So we'll speak around the 40 first minutes. We will answer all your questions, and then we will show a few things that we are working on in the last 15, 20 minutes. So please go ahead.
Thank you guys for joining us on our first ever YouTube community AMA live stream. It's so wonderful to have you all here, and we are super excited going forward, answering your questions and sharing some bits from ourselves at the end as well.
Mm-hmm.
So who's gonna bring the first question? Question about one of our products, one of our recent partnerships. What do you guys want to know the most about right now?
Mm-hmm. So maybe before we wait for the questions, so let us speak a little bit about what we have done and the impact of what of our announcements at Consensus. So as you know, Consensus, we have released 4 big news. So the first one is the partnership with Databricks. Databricks is one of the biggest data and AI in the industry, valued at 28 billion, which is a huge milestone for us because we will work together on some of the products that we are building. The second product that we have released is the Alliance Bridge, and we have released also the news yesterday. And for us, we are really excited. Now we are on testnets, and we are looking forward to get all your feedback. We want this bridge to become really the industry universal standard of the universal bridge, where we can connect multiple blockchain. And this is exactly like goes hand in hand with our ambition to become blockchain agnostic. Then the third product, which is the trustless KYC. We know all the burden that all of us had when we want to invest into product, when we want to do KYC check, and all the potential leaks that happen, and also being able to do it with multiple providers. So with this product, the users will be able basically to do his KYC, but also monetize it. So which means anytime there is access to his data, he will get a percentage of the fees that is paid by the project or by the banks, while keeping being anonymous, because not every time we need to share the actual data. And the fourth product is the DEX. We are really excited about DEX. We have managed to get amazing new automatic market making, and we will release a blog super soon to speak more in details about our DEX.
Yeah, definitely. I see a question about why we didn't publish an article about token burning. So I can answer that. We have actually been extremely busy with releasing our DeFi terminal with Liquidity Mining as a services, and we have been launching our first client partner DAFI protocol last Monday, and the liquidity mining campaign they have launched through DeFi terminal it's really successful. So we've put our energy in this, and we expect to release the article about the token burn in the next few weeks. Sorry about the delay. It's a very good point, and fair enough to mention this.
Mm-hmm. So if we go to the question of could we see Arbitrum be added to the bridge? So as we said on the channel, on the main channel, the bridge is meant to be universal bridge. We are starting with Fortune, we are starting with Polygon, BSC, Ava, and of course Ethereum. But the good thing is it's not only Ethereum to one of the 3 chains. You will be able to bridge between BSC and Ava and Polygon and Ethereum, and so on and so forth. So the objective is all the bridge will be completely open source. We will have set of known validators basically, and it will be also governed by the community. So the developers will be able to add bridge. We will, us as a team, add most of the EVM chain and also non-EVM, but we will be able also to make the developers contributing to the bridge, and this is why it will be owned by the community. Back to this question. So is there scope for the scoring system to evolve as time change? Which scoring system are you speaking about, Sitsup? So maybe it will be good to have more detail. Are you speaking about the reputation system? Are you speaking about the reputation that we will have, the score system we'll have in Data Tunnel? So we would love to have more details about your question so we can answer. So my second question. So Let me. We are checking for the questions, so I'm just like basically deleting this one.
Yeah, we can't comment on price, guys, as you know.
So I saw an interesting question. Thank you, guys. Breaking news. No mercy to rebuild crime. Hey, is it no mercy? Of course, no mercy. No mercy is the only way. So Emre, you speak about the inflation. So if you check our token economics, basically the paper of token economics, so we show exactly why we have this. And as you know, because of the release of the big news of our AllianceBlock DEX, this is something that it will play a big role. So we cannot comment on price, of course, but you will see that like basically this inflation, it will be absorbed depending on all the product that we are having. Without speaking about all the tokens that will be completely locked because of the nodes, there are the partners, and also the way that like most of the ALBT that will be also used as transaction fees. For example, even the bridge or add-on of the product where the ALBT is really the core to be able to use the product. This we will have like a part of it that will be redistributed. So like we don't think that we will have an impact, and you can have more details when you go to our paper economics, token economics. Okay, this is interesting question. So will AMM be multi-chain on going live, or where it will its home chain? So this is a very, very interesting question. So our objective is to become chain agnostic, and we have developed this new automatic market making in order basically to decrease the impermanent loss risk for the liquidity providers, and also being able to have more use into different chains. So what we want to do is that our DEX will be deployed in multiple chains, and you can see the logic of our universal bridge. So basically, we'll be able to go cross-chain swap between different chains, and we will have also optimized liquidity layer to optimize the trade cross-chain and not just within the chain or within the DEX. So yes, we want to become chain agnostic in terms of DEX, and we will be able to do cross-chain swap between different DEXs in different chains. And this is perfectly makes sense that we have the universal bridge, alliance bridge, and we have the alliance DEX. So if you combine both, you can see the potential that we will unleash when everything is live. So there is one question that we have answered on the main channel. So when will my staking reward start auto compounding? Actually, we are working now on auto compounding. We should be able to release it like soon. Now we are planning all the new features. Later on, Matthijs, he will show you some exciting things that we are working on, and we will be able to provide auto compounding in the next few weeks, hopefully. So we will keep you updated. But yes, this is something that is super important to us, not only to us, but also all the partners that will use the liquidity mining as a service will be able to provide exactly what we are providing now with our platform.
Yeah.
So there is a question from Nick Price. There are a lot of opportunities to improve legacy TradeFi with DLT concept. Is ALBT considering those also, or mainly the bridge between TradeFi and the new DeFi concept? So I think to answer like really simply, our philosophy is what would look like financial system if it's built now from scratch with the current technology. When we speak about current technology, we speak about decentralized finance. Less middleman, decrease cost, increase revenue stream, have a new revenue stream. And this is not only for institutions, but actually this is also for retail, basically. Safer environment, transparent environment, having access to opportunities that they will never have access if they are only on the traditional world. And basically, this is exactly what we want to do, is not only bridging, but build these infrastructures to take the best of both worlds, to be able to propose the best product to users. We can have retail, we have advanced users, institutionals, or companies that will be able to use our products. And this is also something super important. We think as ecosystem. The difference between the product that we are building, for us, it's so important that we'll be linked with other companies, other partners. And this is exactly why you see us partnering and collaborating with layer 1, layer 2, with applications. Every single partners that we are doing, it has a purpose. It has a purpose because we will be able to use the technologies, they will be able to propose their services on our infrastructures, and so on and so forth. So yes, it's not only doing the bridge between TradeFi, but also improve the legacy. So I spoke about, like, I would say, the global view, but to improve, yes. For example, I can give you just one simple example. So in traditional finance or in investment bank, when there is a trade or when there is investment, the compliance check basically is done at the time of the trade, okay? So what we do with our regulatory and compliance rule engine is to be able to do pre-compliance check, which means the investor or the trader will be able to know already which asset he will be able to invest in or trade before even wait until we have the compliance check. And actually, will cut drastically the costs, okay? It will reduce the teams of compliance, but also it will increase, because like we know that like in traditional finance, like more than 10 billion, 10% of the revenue of company that can go in compliance. And this without even speaking about the smaller institutions, and we don't speak even for the retail. So this is where we see actually that we will not only provide our product and services to bridge, but also to improve the systems. And again, what we say in the beginning is how would look like financial systems if it's built from scratch with the current technologies. So we want to build the future instead of just predicting what will happen.
Yeah, and don't forget, this is not between the traditional finance and AllianceBlock. We do this between traditional finance and decentralized finance. So it's about creating this ecosystem where it is possible at all for two entire industries, and not so that it's only beneficial to AllianceBlock. So this is what makes it even huger, of course.
Mm-hmm. So this is interesting question. So how will we onboarded and intends to use AllianceBlock? So actually, as you can see, so we have 8 products. There are already 5 that are being built and which we will start release. We have released it, and I think this question will be in line with the question for Stefan Tanet when he speak about any marketing plan in Q3. So I will take the occasion to answer to both questions actually. So we have released our liquidity mining as a service, and we have successfully onboarded our first client, which like we are really proud of what we have been doing, and this will not be able to be done without our community, about the feedback, about all the things that make us improve our product. And this is super important, and this is why we need your inputs, because if we want to have the best product, the product needs to be used. It's not developing amazing technology that at the end will not be used. And you are the guys that are using the product, so this is important for us. And because we are the first user of our product, this is what makes us building the best interface for products to be able to launch it. So we have Daffy, and we can share with you now that we will have 2 more clients super soon. And we are also with Matthijs very proud because we receive a lot of DM from our community members that are sharing contact with other companies, that are introducing us to other companies that they will use the liquidity mining as a service. And this is just amazing. We would never be able to reach everyone, and thanks to you, we are reaching this. So thank you all. The second product that you saw is the bridge, the decentralized bridge that we have just released on testnets. And also for the Q3, expect also the V1 of the data API, expect also, of course, the DEX, expect also the Funders platform, which is for us very important because AllianceBlock started as a decentralized investment platform with a transparent, participative, and with people that they will basically have, like, given the actions that they will do on the platform, fully decentralized. And we are super proud to be able to achieve this product, which is one of the 8 products that we are building. And you can see all the products, how they are linked together. And it will belong to the community. There will be, and one of the things that we will show you after we finish the answers to the questions is that the way we are building the DAO, we are not doing as all other DAO. We are not bringing validators and making them validators. Actually, every single one within the community or outside the community will be able to become a delegator if and only if participate within the platform, help others achieve their reputation, help others basically achieving their objectives, being able to comment on projects, take decision. And this is what will make him have higher reputation. And this higher reputation will basically unlock features and will unlock also the fact that he can become delegator, and hence do the decisions. And we are very proud, and this is something that will go out also in Q3. So super busy Q3. We are looking forward. We have been working for 2.5 years now. It's almost 3 years. And since August, we were non-stop. The team is not sleeping. And now we can finally release all the product that we are working on. And the last point is not just releasing the product. It's showing that all these products are completely connected. So that's it.
I also see Ernest saying something about that they love ease of use interface for all the staking liquidity mining service. So thanks for that. And we have put a lot of effort in that. But we also saw that it's still not that straightforward if we would like. So we're actually doing a lot of research at the moment to further improve it more. And we also show something that we are working on in order to make the user, or as we call it, client interface for the liquidity mining program, which is part of the liquidity mining service program, as part of the DeFi terminal, to make it super easy to use, super straightforward. Because we see for people that are used to do stuff in DeFi, it's easy to use. But if you're looking at new people that are new to DeFi, it's still, the MetaMask is still new to them. So how can we onboard them in a way that it makes sense for them to put ETH, AOBT, and things like this into a platform like ours, without feeling that they lose their security or whatever. So we are putting a lot of effort in this right now. We have a very good designer in our team. We are having a UX designer in our team that is doing a lot of research in this area. So expect something amazing as an upgrade to what we already have.
Mm-hmm. So the question from, so do we see the question? So GK, can you also explain the AllianceBlock deck? Where is okay, it's Matmer. So I make my question more clear. Do you have any marketing and education to get institutions on board? Many don't know AllianceBlock. Actually, this is really, really good question. So we have been building. So we will focus on building our products, on solving problems, and being able to get first clients. Now we are going to the next step. So having the fundamental and the foundation of what we want to be the really go-to in terms of these new infrastructures that is leveraging DeFi to rebuild from scratch financial institutions, financial services. And we hired amazing CMO that we can disclose later. We cannot disclose it now. We have hired another for the marketing teams that have huge experience into the traditional finance, but also experience into crypto. So yes, so we have lots of plan in terms of marketing, how to explain. We are building our sales pitch, we are building our marketing pitch, we are building all the different kind of for our vision, but also for the specific products. Because as you can see, we have products that are more business to business, like liquidity mining as a service. Even though it's used by retail, we can call it B2B2C. We have product that is more for retail focused, and we have product that are more for institutional focused. But now we need to go to these private banks, to these asset managers, to these wealth managers, and this is now we have consolidated our team to be able to go. So we will have within July, we'll have 1 week where every day or maybe once a week we will see how we can do it, where we will have the profile of C-level executives, his experience, what they have done, and how they will help AllianceBlock to thrive. Of course, I have to show this. Christoph Vanas, no mercy is the only way. So let us see. Okay, so this is good question. Can you explain the AllianceBlock DEX, please? How will we compare with Uniswap, and what is the role of ALBT? So this is something that is super important. So we don't compare ourselves to others because, for example, what 1inch has done is not only building automatic market maker, but it's also using other DEX to route where there is the most liquidity, which may optimize the trade also and have less leakage. For us, this is our objective. So the first DEX, it's a new automatic market making, where compared to Uniswap, if, for example, the asset do 100x, we will be able to have 50% less impermanent loss. And even if the asset do minus 98%, for example, with huge crash, we still around 35% impermanent loss. But if you compare it to others, we will get around 65 to 80%, which means it protects more the liquidity providers. But given our the back testing and stress testing that we have done, we saw that with the trading fees, the liquidity providers will be able, in most cases, be positive. And I think this is something important. We will release block right after this AMA. So we will go into the explanation of the DEX and expect the DEX to be live in the next few weeks for the first version. But we are already looking on more optimization of the impermanent loss. How can you basically optimize for the liquidity for the users that are doing multiple liquidity pool? How they can play with this to optimize the liquidity, and this goes with our DeFi terminal, with the recommendation engine, quantitative tools, as you can see in DeFiTerminal.io. So super exciting.
I see a question also from Nick Price about something that looks unrelated, but I would like to say a little bit about this, why it was also part of the inspiration of the data tunnel.
I didn't find Nick Price
about veterinary diagnosis project. So I have indeed worked in the past on a veterinary diagnosis project. In particular, it was about mad cow disease, or BSC, and it was creating a workflow management software that was handling everything from A to C. So the measuring of data, the formulas in order to find out whether data is positive or negative for a cow to have mad cow disease. And this data, coming from using science used to determine whether such an important value, it's whether true or false. You need to make sure that from the source to the one is deciding what to do with this cow, you need to make sure that this whole chain of data it's valid and truthful. So this is kind of the inspiration also for the data tunnel where we are going, where we want to make sure that each data can be tracked, where we can ensure that small deviations from this data can be related back to the source of the data, so that you can also, with regards to, for example, fake news, you can make sure that what the source said originally about a certain article still makes sense a few deviations later of this data. So it seems kind of unrelated, but it's actually kind of related. So that's funny.
Mm-hmm. I saw one question from Peace always, please. What is the question? Will funders leverage AAV? So funders see it as peer-to-peer lending, peer-to-peer investments. What we want to do is AAV in general is what we call over-collateralization. So we are building a platform which is under collateralization and which go more with the real estate what's happened. Of course, because we saw what happened now in the previous crash, actually, where a lot of liquidation happened because of people that have put in their collateral, they are lending money and borrowing money and then crash. So what will happen? So we don't want to have this. So this is why we are more conservative in the way it's done, but still it will give a lot of benefit to the users. However, the way it's built, because we will have the peer-to-peer lending, it will be able to plug to other lending protocols, so it can use the user force. So even users of Aave will be able to use Funders or Compound or whatever protocol. So we always think as ecosystem. We are not alone in this space. We work together. If we want to have adoption, we have to work together, the projects. And this is exactly our motto.
No.
Question, will liquidity miners break DEX to remove the risk? Okay, so I will answer to this question. So we don't, okay, so will liquidity mining on AllianceBlock DEX will remove the risk of impermanent loss? No, the impermanent loss, it can never be completely deleted, especially when you put liquidity providers put liquidity on the DEX, which is absolutely normal. So what we managed to do is to decrease it by huge percentage compared to other DEXs, okay? But what we will build is our recommendation engine on top of our DEX that will give the opportunity to LPs to be able to optimize the liquidity through different pools, so they can minimize the impermanent loss. And thanks to the trading fees, they will even be able to make money, even if we have, like, for example, some kind of crash of market condition where the price goes down. So this is something that is important to us. So it's the DEX will still have impermanent loss, but all the tools that we will build on top of it that will reduce it. when we'll be hearing, well, step at a time. I think we are already building a lot of things. Real estate, it's a really good use case. It can be part of the funders, actually, because the funders, it's done to give the opportunity for high net worth individual to get short-term financing from DeFi. It gives the opportunity for projects to have investment, for example. And we will release amazing partnership, which is a traditional partnership, actually, that already bring most amazing startups in the traditional world, that we will be able to bring it also to funders. So we will have like crypto startup, but also traditional startup, which is very important for us always in this vision and ambition to bridge the two worlds. So real estate, it can be a use case also on top of it, and we will have basically DAO within the funders, which mean that we will have propositions from the users, from the community, and if there are users that get the vote and get validated, so it will be able to be implemented.
Yeah, the DAO makes here a lot of sense. Also with regards to specifically real estate, can make a lot of difference.
Yeah. Javier Ferrero, nice comments. So when will you be a top 25 project? I think this is the ambition of every project, to become top. We don't believe on just basically saying we want to become the most important things in crypto is fundamentals. Being able
I think that's also the metrics, right? I mean, we are, of course, we are already a top 25 project, but it depends on what kind of metrics you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. And we believe in fundamental. Fundamental always pay. So we need to have product, we need to have users, we need to have customers, we need to have using of our ALBT, because it's the backbone of all the products, and this is what will make us grow. And we want to have like grow based on fundamental. This is the most important to us. So Dr. Doom, could you please elaborate what De Vries is? De Vries AG, which is in Switzerland. So as you know, we have Stichting AllianceBlock Foundation, which is based in Utrecht, where we have the office there. Stichting AllianceBlock Foundation is a foundation that strives to bring decentralized technology, okay, that will be used, of course, by us, but it will be also used by other projects that want to build on top of it. But within the foundation, it is not possible to do business with financial institutions. So De Vries AG, which is based in Switzerland, is the business development arm of AllianceBlock. This is what will sign the contract with financial institutions, with asset managers, wealth managers, to be able to do business and monetize the product that we have. So this is exactly why we have. And this is a normal setup. If you see other big crypto companies, this is exactly what they have. So we decided to do this. We have the business development arm, and we have the foundation that is basically building this decentralized technology.
Yeah, there is a question about the diamond standard. We are using more and more the diamond standard. What is the diamond standard exactly? The diamond standard helps to make contracts upgradable through a system that implements voting in order to, we will implement a system of voting that will help choose which contracts, which are open for everybody to see, to use next into the system as separated functions or features. So nowadays, when you have a smart contract and you want to add new features or change something because something is not working, or you have a more efficient algorithm for something, you have to create and deploy a completely new smart contract system, and then you have to start with a new version. Like in Uniswap, you have V1, V2, V3, and then you have all this older version also with regards to the front-end interactions that you need in order to interact with older versions. With the diamond standard, you can keep iterating for what you already have. So you will not have a V1, V2, V3, but you have just a continuous way of going forward without having the need of all these backwards compatibility problems. And this makes the diamond standard really huge. We will implement this more and more.
Mm-hmm. And to add to what Matthijs has said, is the father of the diamond standard is Nick Much, and we are really happy and glad that Nick Much itself has audited our diamond smart contracts, and it was really good. We have like one thing that we had to change, which we changed successfully, and we had also a full audit from Omnicia, which they do amazing reports. So even the testnet, it is fully audited, and the contract built with the diamond standard ad validated by the father himself, Mr. Nick Much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is the question that is interesting. So Alex, what is the question? Okay, so the analysts. So can we discuss how AI is used in the LBT ecosystems? So yeah, so if you see our green paper, we speak about ACI. ACI is augmented collective intelligence. How can we build augmented collective intelligence? It's basically leveraging the collective intelligence, which is coming from the crowd, from the users of the platform, from the participants. And then on top of it, all this data, it will be done in a decentralized way. This is when we speak about AI. We speak about federated AI. Federated AI is kind of decentralized, where you don't need to have the data in your server, but you go to the clients, basically to the users, and you use the algorithms, have the weights, and these weights that are trained, you go them to a centralized part, which we can have the global models, I would say. So if you see this, we will mix it with collective intelligence, which is the human input to help optimize the decisions, optimize investment decisions, optimize, choose, for example, of projects of people that want to lend, for example, or borrow, and so on and so forth. And this is exactly how we will have our smart governance, what we call smart DAO. And this is how we will leverage AI on top of the human input that we will have within our platform. So any idea of the magnitude, so from Nick Price, any idea of the magnitude of operational saving for TradFi if when you succeed? Will I be able to buy a country with my address? The first was perfect, then I the three parts. so like if we see like some reports from Accenture and other big consultancy group, what they say that blockchain technology will be able to save up to 70% of the cost of some of the departments. Okay. And we believe that there is compliance basically that would have huge cut costs, and we can have lots of like on the others departments basically. So we believe that like we can at least in the beginning with some of the product to decrease the cost by 20 to 40%. And once we have the full infrastructures, it would be basically used as a service. Imagine, for example, when we speak about digital transformation, and we speak about the neobank. Now we will be able to build a neobank in less than 8 months. Okay, and anyone can do it. So like there are fintech for like fraud detection, fintech for KYC AML, fintech for data governance, fintech basically for like the lending and so on and so forth. So you will the core banking system, for example. Also there is Avalok for the core banking system. So you will be able just to check all these modules, put them together, and you can deploy your digital bank, which is amazing. So we want to do exactly the same things for the investment and corporate side, being able to have models, and then we will be able, like institutions, especially the smaller one, they will be able to have access to more product for their customers without having all the money that they will need to have and to invest on the legacy systems, which sometimes cost billions of billions. So we see DeFi as the driver of digital transformation of investment and corporate banking. Of course, we added to it like all different kinds of financial institutions. What is the biggest challenge facing? I can tell you exactly what is the challenge.
Too few hours in the day.
We are now 63 developers, and because we are moving at a light speed, we always need more. The problem, what happened is, it's very complicated to find really good developers that know what they are doing. They are problem solvers. So we are lucky because after 2.5 years, like even 3 years, we managed to have contacts basically, and like the best developers that we have now, they are basically ear to mouth, mouth to ear. So I don't know if we say this. So, and this is actually why we have, and we are doing amazing progress and quickly. If we see what we have built in the last 6 months, actually, so you can see that even each product could be a company itself. But this is how we are doing things. So the challenge, yes, is to find the best developers and being able to work with them. But for now, we have the scope. We know where we are going. We will release the roadmaps with all the products. So yeah, so I would say if I have to say one challenge, I think this is the challenge. So Dirk Denwet. So is an audit report enough for potential TradeFi client to have trust in ALBT technology? How do you handle this risk element to get them on board? Yes, this is a good question. So audit reports from companies that are in smart contract world is not enough. So what you need the smart contract reports. You need to have a full audit on your infrastructure, but you need to be able also to comply with the norm. For example, the ISAE norm in terms of data. You need to show basically that all your systems are secure, because if you connect to bank infrastructures, you need to be 100% secure that no one can hack you. So this is exactly why we have a core infrastructure team of AWS that we are building everything completely secure from the scratch. We have multiple products, one core team, everything is secure. So, and we will have the documentation to show to these financial institutions in order to be sure that they can use us. And actually, why this is also a good question, because most of the crypto companies, even if they have amazing products, they don't comply with the security rules that are the standard in the financial world. And this is why a lot of products, they don't have this kind of adoption with these institutions. And I think this is something super important to deal with from the beginning and not wait till the end, because like at the end, if we have the product and we see that we have anomalies or we have whole of securities, it's very hard to build everything from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a question about the bear market as well. What are ALBT's plan for surviving through the next bear market? Don't forget that we started back in 2018. We started in the middle of a bear market, and we went all the way through it. And we didn't have any TGE, we didn't have any token on the market, and we did it because we are no mercy, and we know what we can do with little amounts of funding. So even whatever happens, we know what to do with little resources if necessary. But we have created so many products. We are working on so many products that we are fully confident that we have the right way forward to whatever market.
Mm-hmm. So I think we will take one last question, and we would love also to show you a few things that we are working on. So which is good because we haven't showed them yet, and we are happy to expose them to you. So let's just see if there is any other question. Are we getting? Okay, peace. You asked a lot of questions. Peace. So are we getting an update roadmap? Yes, I think this is the first thing. Yeah, so this is the first thing that we will basically start with to show all the product that we are building. So maybe Matthijs, if you want to add something.
Yes, no, yeah, we are. Our roadmap needs to be updated significantly. This is a good point, and you are getting an updated roadmap, something that we are working on currently. As most of you know, we have already expanded our team, our C-level team also, and together with them, we are working on an updated strategy and roadmap, which will be even more exciting than it was for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I would just to come back to the questions that Matthijs also answered. So not only we started in the bear markets, but also if you see our products, we have products that are bull market kind of products. We have products that are bear market products. When we speak about under collateralization, when we speak like people need to borrow money no matter when. When we speak about investments, people like project need investments in bull or bear markets, basically. So we have like the trustless KYC, the cross-border rules, basically. All these products, it's not just bull or bear. It's product that has to be used no matter what, because you will have always someone in US that want to invest into security in Switzerland, is he allowed or not? So, and this is what will be powered also by the ALBT underneath, because we cannot ask financial institutions to use the ALBT, but actually behind even the fiat could be basically to trigger transaction, to swap it to ALBT, to be able to use the systems, because this is how it's built. So we don't think bear or bull. What we think is we are building products that have a value proposition for the users, that they will use them no matter the time. So this is exactly the way we think. Okay, so I think this is the last question. So Tiga Hoods, I think I like the question. Okay, so could you elaborate on the repetition mining? this is absolute no mercy question. So reputation mining for us, and this is that will start basically by, we will share our screen and speak about this. Reputation mining is doing, it's participating into the governance of the funders platform by commenting on projects, helping others to give them answers by, for example, staking, by providing liquidity for projects, for AllianceBlock or other projects, and so on and so forth. So every single action, it will give some kind of what we call reputation ILBT, spoiler, and this reputation ILBT will be able to build up the reputations of the users, which, and this is exactly what we call reputation mining. Mine reputation, deserve where you are on the platform, take decisions, and help others reach their objectives. This is what we call fair, participative, and transparent environments where the community is the center. But if you want to have decisions within the community, you need to have high reputation so people can trust. So this is exactly what we call reputation mining in our products. So thank you very much for all your questions. It was really amazing. So I think we'll take the last 20 minutes maybe to start showing Matthijs some of the cool things that we are doing now.
I can start on my side with showing a little bit about what we're doing for liquidity mining. So most of you have already hopefully seen or used our liquidity mining product. And some of you who might have seen previews or of future products, or maybe already the data tunnel, for example, this is a new kind of designing language that we are implementing in all our products. And liquidity mining is our first product. Still has a somewhat outdated design, and some parts it's not that user friendly as we want, and it's lacking some key metrics for analytics displayed in a way that is easy and quick to understand for each user. So we are working on this for the DeFi terminal, and DeFi terminal will integrate fully all liquidity mining campaigns from all projects. And here we have an example of the AllianceBlock DeFi terminal, which has an overview of the liquidity mining campaigns with integrated analytic information for each campaign, quick to understand where you stand with your liquidity mining provisioning or other campaigns that you're not participating in, for example. And the whole designs are done. We create new empty states with new graphics. We have an amazing designer working on all these products. We are working on a way simpler way of going through each steps. And still, we are not satisfied enough with this. We will be even more. We will iterate more on this, make it even simpler for especially the newer users to, motivate them more to provide this liquidity and stake their LP tokens on the liquidity mining platform. It's going through steps. It's having a slider finally, which is requested a lot. These kind of things to make it easier, more straightforward to add liquidity to our platform. Same for the staking. We have also complete redesign for the single-sided staking campaigns, and which will also, of course, be over several networks, which we already support. Binance Smart Chain, and of course the Ethereum network with Uniswap and Balancer. And we will expand there also to more protocols in the coming time. So maybe if there are some questions about this, I cannot really see that right now.
Exactly. So so a lot of things are going on. I think we are planning basically all the tasks, and we'll be able to have continuous release where the users also will see the improvement of the user interface and other functionalities, being able to have access to all the analytics. And later on, this is what will bring us also to the DeFi terminal, where we can really hedge to impermanent loss, having the recommendation engine, managing the assets and the risk management also.
More and more will be integrated there, and we're working really hard on getting this analytics on a completely next level. and completely putting a lot of effort also in the performance of the system to make it as fast as possible to load across different blockchains the data that you want to see basically when you log in for the first time.
Exactly. So now the second point before we finish. So we want to see we saw in one of the interviews the funders platform. We want to see kind of how we gamify the DAO. So let me share my screen.
So what products are you guys looking forward to the most, by the way? Question for later.
Yeah, actually all the products, but every product that we are releasing, it makes us excited because it's a step to build these new infrastructures that can be used by crypto, retail, or project, but also institutions to build this like unified infrastructure.
Yeah.
So basically here, this is a part of the DAO, how we gamify it. So people will be able basically to have a journey. So they will need to choose the tier. They will need to start. And here we don't want to have just stake ALBT for the sake of staking. So actually, we will have this reputation mining where we will receive this reputation ALBT, and we will speak more about what does it mean RILBT, which is the reputation ALBT. So this is, for example, here. So we have different kind of access, and this access, it will give some of the potential to have access to features, being able to become a chance to be voted for, to become members, and so on and so forth. So then, so the connection. So, wow, connection is slow. Okay, so for example here, the users will be able to see the reputation score, which depends actually on the earned reputation ALBT, and also on the level that they have achieved within the platform. Okay, and then we will have also kind of leaderboard where people will be able to vote for others. And then this is something important because we have different journeys. So here we say, for example, if you want to earn money, or if you want to participate into our participative economy that we are building with these platform funders. So then we can see every time what are what is the mission, what is the journey that you want to achieve, what are the objectives that you want to reach, and how will we be able, the community will be able to help you to reach them. Then we have some actions. Of course, we will have like more and more actions. Then so here you will be able to see the different projects that are here. It could be for investment, it could be for lending. We can see the milestones, we can see like where they are, we can see if they delivered. They can see like the community members that have participated in asking questions, basically being able to help also the projects and so on, because we want it to be really participative. So here we can just check all the information about the project, which we are doing kind of differently from other platforms, because like it's more near the seeders and the kickstarts, so we can have really proper page for the project where it's kind of pitched. There is the summary, there is the problem that they are solving, why they are unique, and so on and so forth. And basically what is good with the platform that we are building, every single action is decentralized, which means that if you like the project, if you upvote for the project, if you comment, so I will show you just in a little bit. So for example here, so it's a Reddit-like thread where people will be able to comment on the project, will be able to upvote the project, and actually every single thing that is done, it will be done on chain. So even if users don't want to pay transaction to broadcast it, they will sign the message, and then what will happen is some users that have high reputation will be able to verify these messages and broadcast them, and because they broadcast them, they will earn reputation ALBT, and the ones that has done the action will earn reputation ALBT. And this is exactly the way that we want to create this participative platform. And as you can see, here it's for the lender of investments. It could be used for the liquidity mining. It could be used for the government of the tax. It could be used for the bridge, and so on and so forth. And all the combination of all the products, this is exactly what creates what we call the Prometheus protocol, that is linked with all these blocks. Revenue, generate cash flow, but also if you connect them all, you create the full protocol that we are speaking about. So this is it for the small nuggets for today.
So I can see that we have kind of a lag right now and some connection slowness at the moment.
Hello.
So I'm wondering, how many no mercies can we have in the chat, guys? Can we absolutely flood the chat with no mercy? Let's show it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. More. Let's flood it.
Yeah. And of course, as the YouTube people say, smash the like button.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Love it, guys. Huge. That's super cool. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Huge. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate all the questions, the support that you have been given to us since the beginning. We will not be here without you. We will be able to do more and more live AMA with you guys once a month at least. We will have more webinar, more marketing educational plans, more products that are released. So every single step that we are doing, we are improving our systems, what we are doing, how we are doing it. And thank you very, very much for all the support that we are having and all the help. So thank you, guys, and let's continue without mercy.
Geen genade, Remco. Indeed, inderdaad.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. I hope everybody will have a lovely rest of days and no mercy.